Boker Tov, good morning. Today is Friday, March 31st, Erev Shabbat, Parshat Tzav, Erev Shabbat Hagadol, the Great Sabbath. Why is this day referred to as the Great Sabbath? There are many explanations that are offered. One would take us to the Haftarah. It's from Sefer Malachi. It's a good part of Malachi. And the words that we recite and repeat, second to last pasuk of the Haftarah, we go back to it as well. But the prophet says as follows: Hinei anochi sholeach lachem et Eliyah hanavi. Behold, I will send to you Elijah the prophet. Lifnei bo yom Adonai Hagadol v'hanorah. Before the day of God, which is great and awesome, will happen. Now, what is it that makes, first understand the reference point, it's a little bit worrisome, because the great, awesome day of God is actually the day of God's retribution against those who would have turned against Him or turned against God's people. That's a good part of the Haftarah that we find. The understanding of all these folks who turned away from God are going to be punished that way. So it's an awesome day and a scary day, and so it's a little uncomfortable that the Shabbat should be known for the Haftarah as the Shabbat Hagadol, when the great day of God is the day of God, a day of reckoning, as it were. But that's only a piece of what we really have in this, the role of Eliyahu Hanavi that we have here described, and as the next verse describes as well. What will he do? V'heshiv lev avot al banim, v'lev banim al avotam, and he will bring the hearts of the fathers on the children, and the heart of the children on their fathers. Again, the end of it's a little scary. Ben avo v'keti et haaretz v'cherem, lest I come and strike the whole land with destruction. But for our purposes here, we shift the focus to understanding that there's something in this message, that role of Eliyahu Hanavi and the great day of God that could have brought a reckoning, is actually the day before that is even more powerful. That Eliyahu Hanavi is going to come before that day, and his job will be to help bring parents and children together, to be able to have their hearts working as they should, one with the other. And with the understanding, I think, that it is not a given, and perhaps is not even the norm, that children and parents have their hearts together all the time. And over the course of a lifetime, maybe the course of a year, there can be distance that grows between parents and children, that we, as we arrive at Pesach, and that's somehow the role this Haftarah might be playing for us, as we arrive at Pesach, we know this is a time for us to try to rectify. It's an opportunity. If God willing, we will be together, parents and children, perhaps for the first time in a while, or perhaps in a different kind of context, to be able to just have our hearts together. And I go back and forth, as you know, and over the years have talked about all that we want to try to achieve and accomplish at a Seder in terms of the theology that we convey, and the appreciation of our place in history. That is all absolutely what we want to have at our Seder. But folks, the most important goal of the Seder is to have, in the context of our Jewish lives, to have hearts of parents and children working together, living together, beating together. That's what we really want to achieve. So it requires some preparation. It might require some self-talk, even as you get to the Seder, and buttons are pushed, even it could be. But be able to say, that's my goal, that's the purpose. And when the hearts of parents and children are working together, then all the other goals of appreciating things that matter to one another, suddenly become more achievable than would have happened otherwise. It starts with just being ready to love and to be open and to receive and to share That is the Yom Hashem Hagadol B'Hanorah. That can be the awesome day of God, not the day of retribution, but the one that Eliyahu brings about, because as he helps the hearts of families beat as one. Wishing you all a Shabbat Hagadol Shalom as we work towards Pesach in just a few days ahead.